What up, everybody? We are here today at the Academy. We're going to be working on driver. I'm going to show you a little driver practice session. I have a couple small things I'm working on to tighten things up because I am still getting a bit of that left miss. And so I'm just trying to clean that up before I can kind of take it back out on the course. Can't play on the courses right now anyway because the ground is frozen. So we're in here grinding. And so what we're working on in particular is, and if you haven't seen my workout episode, I've linked that below because that leads into this. So a big thing for me, in order to hit really consistent drivers, we've built in a ton of structure and connection into my swing. What that means is, essentially, before my swing used to I used to whip it back really narrow like this and then throw, on the backswing and the downswing. So now I keep this triangle as tight as I can and I take it back, and that gives me all this width. And now I can turn with everything I've been doing in the gym, and I can hold this position. I couldn't do this before. It wasn't strong enough. I didn't have the shoulder muscles, the back muscles, didn't have the mobility in my hips to do all of this. And so now as a result, I got to hold these things together so that as I come through, squat and turn, I'm maintaining this connection. If this connection starts to go sideways, well, what that does is it adds a ton of attack angle for me, and then I also start to roll the face over. And so as a result, I start yee-hawing the ball left. So to keep my face square, we set up, we got to keep this structure and connection going throughout the entirety of the swing, okay? Another thing is keeping this tricep glued to my lat. So not getting like here, not like, when I used to get narrow and then away, we keep the structure and the connection of this feeling all the way through to the backswing so that as we squat, turn, and come down, we just are literally throwing the club through, and we have a very stable arms to send it through, and that'll clean up the club path because my path was getting a little too big, my attack angle was getting too high, and I just wasn't liking what I'm seeing. And I want to tighten that up because in order to become a pro, this is what's required. So today, we're on hole 15 at the Pulpit Club. I've played this course in real life. The reason why I like this as a test to practice is because on this hole in particular, you cannot miss left. You have to hit a perfect cut off of, basically this edge here. And if you do, you hit a speed slot and it can really travel. If you flare it, you're totally fine. But if you go left, you're done. And so this is a perfect exercise to kind of get some of those reps under a real situation. I find, if I'm hitting on the normal range, it's not going to do the same thing. So we're going to hit a bunch of balls and try and work on this, see what we can do. Like that's flary and crap. It's not going to kill us, but the ball speed on that is horrific. And that's something I'm noticing, particularly inside here, is that my ball speed really fluctuates in terms of quality. Although, you know what? That's a very high tee. We haven't been using that high of a tee, so we're going to use a slightly lower tee here. Okay. There we go. That's the one. That's the one right there. And then in real life, I've been all the way down here from hitting that speed slot. So that's exactly what we want to feel. And that's the practice we want to have. And so I need to ingrain that feeling of power, that feeling of commitment. I need to autopilot this and just do it over and over and over. That's not bad. It's cutting. Considering that strike on that wasn't that great, 169 ball, 1.5 out to in, 115 club speed, that's actually pretty solid. And that's the thing with this new feel that we've been working on. It's cleaned up the path numbers a lot because the face is square and I'm not doing any stupidity. That's the one that makes me want to puke. That's the one that makes me want to puke. And that's where like poor transfer of power, it gets floaty, it gets crap. That's a good miss. 163 ball speed. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Not a great strike, but then I didn't love the feel of that swing whatsoever. This is what's amazing about being here and just being able to work on this kind of stuff is, you know, being able to take on a tee box like this and just over and over and over commit to this. Like, this has got to yield some sort of on-course result, you know? Yeah, like that's a good miss again. 167 ball speed. Into out path, but I still was able to fade it. So I left the face open. So as long as my misses are like that, sure. I just can't have that like stupid left miss. That's the one that just does not let you function and play and keep the ball in play and stay kind of confident. Little flary. Huh. Again, I'll take that over left. Like, that's so much better than left. Keep the arms. Keep that structure. Keep the structure. The structure is what's going to allow us to keep that face square, keep the path clean, hit this fade all day. That felt amazing. Off the face. 0.8 out to in. 116 club. There it is. 2600 spin. Like, I love that. 5 up. So I'm not doing the whole like 7 to 9 up that I was doing before too, which is also nice. That was the other thing that was kind of killing me, was I was hitting way too far up. And I think, you know, with the lack of connection, as you come through, you start doing this. When you're connected, you're able to kind of turn and kind of stay level through it. And I let the loft of the driver do the talking as opposed to my arms hitting up on it. Okay, let's see if we can pound one more. There we go. There we go. Well, now we can go home. Hope you guys enjoyed this driver practice video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.